Morning, everyone. 1 minute to 11. Always good to be slightly early, I find. Welcome to my monthly style surgery, which used to be every single Sunday and is now on the first Sunday of every month. So lovely to be back. I feel like I've missed you all. It's really weird just doing these once a month now. But welcome to everybody who's joining, and happy Sunday. It's a little bit, if you want a weather update, which I know is a really British thing to do. It's a little bit nippier today. We've had amazing weather, amazing warm, incredible weather for, I don't know, a long time now. And now it's back to slightly nippier temps. I have just gotten off a plane, last week. Hello, New York. Hello. Oh, lots of people from New York. Hello, New York. Love New York. Coming to New York, I think in July, if not sooner. Lovely to see you all. Morning from a sunny but hint of chill in the air, I know. Hello from Scotland. Hello, hello. Welcome to everybody joining us for Style Surgery Live. Lots of things to talk about, lots of things to show you. Feel like I've been away forever. Morning from Devon, morning. I got off a plane late last Friday, and we had temperatures in India of 40 degrees, which was phenomenal. And then in China, hello Crouch End, in the mid-30s, which was a lot steamier, actually, bizarrely enough, than India. India I could cope with, and China it was just like steamy and curly hair is not the best. Hello from Ireland, hello from Poland. Welcome. It is a bank holiday weekend if you're in the UK, which means that we have Monday off as a holiday, if anyone's wondering, which is lovely for those of us who have had very little time off over the past few weekends. I think we get 2 in May, which is actually quite nice. But before I commence with some really amazing things to show you, I just want to say, morning from Durham, I just want to say a word about our paint range. Record-breaking sales on paint. Record-breaking sales. Amazing. So anyone that's gotten samples, we almost couldn't keep up with the website. Literally, it didn't crash, but it was literally heaving at the response from all the paint. And we are now working on making it available in America and also Europe. We have a factory in America that can produce the paint, but we've just got a few logistical problems to sort out. And we have collaborated with Graham & Brown, who are kind of masters of wallpapers and paints, and their factory is there, and we're just working how to make it available in the States and also in Europe. But incredible. And then on, was it Thursday? I don't know which day May 1 was, but on Thursday, morning from down under, we launched wallpaper and murals. So now you can have paint on your walls. You can have incredible bespoke murals, no matter what size your wall. You can literally put it in to the system and it can bespoke you some incredible prints, really beautiful textures to enliven walls. And it's been something that I've been really obsessed about with wallpaper, because I think that walls take up a lot of real estate, right? And so they totally dictate how we feel in a room, which is why I'm so obsessed with paint. So I think with these two going hand in hand with incredible textural wallpapers, it makes such a difference. Morning from Scotland, morning from sunny Norway. I'm glad it's sunny everywhere. It's sunny here too. It's just a little bit nippier. Like yesterday was a day I've really neglected the garden because I've been away so much. And it was just a day spent in the garden, just getting really mucky. You know, those days where you just get really mucky, no makeup on, cook some seed bread. I'm a bit obsessed with the seed bread recipe that I've been doing before I kicked off, and then spent the day just garden side, and then collapsed on the outdoor sofa with a bottle of wine and some crispy lentils and shaved fennel salad for supper and a bath. And that was yesterday. Good morning from Munich. Morning. So I'm going to show you, in no particular order of importance, some really incredible things that have just landed. And if you need any style assistance, far away, I'm here to help, whether it's paint or whatever. Just literally launched a site. Are you ready for this section? Right. Taking tableware to new levels. Look at these bowls. So really obsessed with how beautiful they are. They come in a small size. The seed bread recipe is from Donna Hay Weekend, and all it is lots of seeds. So sunflower seeds, flax seeds, almonds ground up, and quinoa, and that's it. And it's so yummy, and it doesn't look the prettiest when you get it out of the oven, but it keeps for a week. You keep it in the fridge, and it's really yummy toasted. So it's absolutely delicious, and I want to I want to increase the uptake of seeds, so adding this seed bread into the repertoire. And it's also, I don't know if you guys work from home, but I work from home a lot when I'm in the country, and lunches are always such a hassle. Like, what am I going to do for lunch? Because I make everything from scratch for supper. I don't then want all the hassle when I'm in the middle of a working day to start whizzing things up in the NutriBullet or the food processor. So the seed bread comes in really handy, and then I just have it during the week with some slow roasted tomatoes, a poached egg, or some avo. It's just really delish. Plates. Look at them. They're so bulbous and beautiful. So this is the large, and this is the small. Love them. And they also come, I should say, in another colour, which is, wait for it, this beautiful colour. Look how fat they are. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with these. I'm so obsessed. So they are all, we've got so much new tableware going on site. Incredible. I'm going to get carried away now, so you'll have to excuse me. Incredible, beautiful, dinky, little, organic wine glasses. How sweet is that? With some AA wine. Or beautiful. Or beautiful. Isn't that cool? So really beautiful wine glasses, really beautiful serviceware. Of course, there's some incredible outdoor plates and platters, which you can also have indoors. This is so big, I can't even show you. We went supersized on this platter. It sits on my dining table, so it's got a load of stuff on it. But I think I showed this last time. Look at this beauty. This for entertaining outside. It's made and crafted from resin and for cold food, so you can pop it outside, and it's so, so beautiful. This is up on site with a whole load of other platters and tableware and all things to make entertaining this season as cool as you possibly can. Hello from West Virginia. So wanted to go to West Virginia. Loving the wine glasses and the bowls. Thank you. We've really kind of upped our ante with everything, she says. Everything has had a major overhaul. So also, oh my God. Now, I have been told I'm not really supposed to talk about portable lamps because they sell out too quickly, and every time I highlight them, they go, and then it causes a lot of stress. But I can't not talk about them because look at this one. I will turn it off. It's the sweetest little thing on the planet. So this literally landed to the warehouse on Friday. It has a sister and a brother. Look at this one. In yellow, so a lovely warmy soft glow. If I could find where to switch this bloody thing on. There you go. Due to poor connection, not sure what that's about. And then we've gone a little bit supersized. Had it online, I think they can you just check that for me, honey? These ones.
Yes. Oh, both ones.
Yeah. And then look, supersized for dining tables and bedsides and outdoors. And this, I was looking at the stats this morning when I got up, because I shouldn't, Graham's like, don't look at stats on things that we know are going to do quite well, because it just causes a lot of anxiety, because then we sell out. And I'm like, no, I'm going to look, and it's quite amazing. What happened then with the Gadden chair? What did you decide? That will not be slated until autumn, winter, hand wash only on the plates. That won't be slated to autumn, winter 26. The Galen chair, if you follow me on Insta, I posted about the Galen chair, about what I should upholster it in, and I got a lot of kickback in a positive way about wanting it to have arms, and I just don't want it to have arms because I think it will spoil the silhouette. And so there's this big debate in the team about armless chairs versus chairs with arms, and I think both have a place in our homes. So some of my chairs don't have arms, and some of my chairs do have arms, and the Galen doesn't have arms, and everyone's like, oh, cover it in this, but can it have arms? And it really can't have arms. We sketched it out a bit with the factory and it just changed the whole silhouette and I don't like it. So now I don't know whether to do it without arms, because everyone said they wanted it to have arms, but it doesn't work, or to just scratch it all together. They'd be great in a group, the lamps. Yeah, I know. I've got them. Basically, I've got these in my pantry. This one on my kitchen shelf. I just pulled it from there. They're slightly more bulbous, which I really, really love about them. And I love the silhouette of armless chairs. I really am quite obsessed with them. But it was funny because when I did that post about what do you think I should cover this armless chair in, the majority of the comments were put arms on it. And it's like, okay. And we did try to work it with arms, and it's just not good. I'm not happy enough with it to do it, so it's not having arms. And now I can't decide whether to put it in and change the fabric or just not put it in altogether. It's just one of those things that's on a list like this big that I have to tackle really quickly because we're all for... I can't remember what my deadline is. She says, pulling out her hair. My deadline for spring, summer 26 is a couple of weeks away. So I've really got to get... And actually, I think I was going to slate it for autumn, winter 26. Will you ever bring back the outdoor concrete Beaumont chairs? Oh, the Beaumont chairs. I'm not sure. They weren't a big seller. So I don't think so. And the thing is, it's really hard in this game because we have to keep moving products on and we can't just keep every single product. So they sort of have a life cycle, and I then become, it's funny because I become, although I'm very vocal with what I want on in the beginning, once sales start coming in and we have demand planning meetings and team meetings about sell-throughs, then the sales do the talking. So if they're not super popular, then no, they won't go back in. And I think they weren't super popular. I'm guessing because they're concrete and they're heavy. So yeah, the puff, considering. There's lots of things we're considering. And it's really hard as a retailer because whenever something goes out of stock and it's been on site for a while, people are like, why isn't it coming back in stock? And I want to go, why didn't you buy it at the time? Because then you'd have it. And it's really hard. So I'm constantly listening, I should say. So I don't know if you remember, if you've been a follower for a while, Arnie, which is a really lovely sculpture. Arnie's coming back in stock. So, and there's a lot that is coming. The toady chandeliers coming back in stock. And my bed throw, which is massive, and I get a lot of comments about, and I said we were never putting back in stock. We've reworked it because it was really expensive, like £400 or £500 when we originally did it. We've reworked it. Elton glasses are coming back in stock. And we've reworked it for this season, for the next season, sorry. I don't know where I am with seasons because this season's gone. So everything that you're seeing that's landed as new was all figured out a year ago. So now I'm on to the next season. I love a bit of concrete, me too. Arnie, yes, Arnie's coming back. And so there's a lot that's coming back that sells really well. Love the toady, me too. Monkey, you know, he's not as bad as he was. He's definitely got a form of dementia. There's a lot of pacing. And the pacing, I think we've worked out that the big thing with Monkey is routine. So he's not good if he, which makes our life very restricted. He's not good if you're off routine and you do things that are not normally in his schedule. But there's no denying that he will pace. So the more routine that we can keep it, get up, straight out to the park, come back, eats breakfast, we'll do about half an hour of pacing, goes to sleep, then pace now, we'll pace till lunch. So that'll be about half an hour, 40 minutes, because he has lunch. And then, do you want me to open the door for you, Monkey? And then he'll have another walk, and then he'll sleep, and then he'll pace for supper. So it's just our new, there you go. It's unfortunately our new way of living with a dog of older years with some kind of form of dementia. And he hates cars, and it's getting more and more impossible to actually get him in a car. So that will be really interesting in a few months' time. I love my Elton glasses. I got to look at them every single day. They give me joy. I love the Elton glasses too. Kira chandelier. Does the Kira chandelier come with a ceiling rose filament? Can you find that out for me? Do you mind? Checking now. Have you decided on a wall colour for the room next to your office? I tried 2 colours which didn't work. Let me show you. So I think I might just keep with Crosby because I've just got so much. Actually, not this colour. I love this colour. I didn't try it in this colour, which is a bit stupid. Is Java. Really loved. I've painted Java in the shop. The throw doesn't come in until autumn winter, so I'm thinking July. It's a really amazing throw. This is Summer Earth. This is what I tried it in, which I love, but then it just felt quite close to Pickle, which I have down here, and I didn't feel enough of a difference. So then I ditched that. Then I tried it in Rocky Desert, but because I've got a lot of stuff going on, Rocky Desert was a bit too overwhelming, although I've got it in the shop and it doesn't have so much light on it, and I love it in the shop, but I've got huge windows, so then I ditched that. So then I might go this, or I might just do Crosby, which is what I already have. So no, I haven't decided. Your denim blouse is adorable. Where can we buy it? Oh, I love my shirt. Thank you. It's from Kate Barton. Barton. Kate Barton. And that's the thing, I think, with paint is, you know, I have a lot of big windows in this house. So how the light falls on it is really interesting, or not, as the case may be.
Yes, it does. It comes with a wire and a round.
The Kira does, yes, come with a ceiling rose and a wire.
A wire and round ceiling rose.
Yes, it does. To answer your Kira question, any of the lamps in your home available online? Giorgio is available online, which is on the shelf there. It's the brown one. Hold on, I probably need to switch it round. This one. And I think the Augusta is online if it hasn't sold out. And then what else is online? I mean, all of these little LEDs. The Toady is coming back in stock. Also, I think in July. Can we still buy? You can't, I'm afraid. You can't buy any of my old paint. I just happened, because we shoot here a lot, to have got lots of Pickle, Madison Grey and Crosby and Bedford Brown. I've got tons and tons of it. So I think I'm just going to go back to that colour because it's quite restful, and also I've got so much stress with business in America and these tariffs in China. I just feel that the paint is stressing me out trying to revamp it in a colour that I'm not sure is going to work. And I've decided that with my painting I have to go, because I have a lot of things in rooms, I can't have the walls being the real focus. I need them to go a lot more muted and the pieces being a real focus. So those colours are great if you don't have tons of stuff going on. And I really wanted to like Summer Earth, and I do really like Summer Earth. It's just, I feel like I'm in my kitchen and I wanted to feel like I was in a different space upstairs. Does that make sense? Because I've got Pickle everywhere down here, and I think because I work from home and this area down here feels so separate. It's not my working area, it's my relaxing area. I didn't then want to mute it and feel like, oh, upstairs I'm sort of blurring the lines between working and not working, because I wanted to come into a space that felt very different from upstairs in terms of colour palette. And if it was upstairs, where I spend like 13 hours or 14 hours a day at my desk, I was just like, no, I don't. I need it to feel different. Does that make sense? Am I making any kind of sense? What's your advice for tones with north or other direction facing window? Anything north facing, if you can. Pop. I mean, oh my God, you're quite lucky being north facing, because you can then, this is like in the store, you can then use all of these lovely tones. So hold on. You want warmth in your tones. So this is amazing in store. It's called Rocky Desert. It's such a beautiful colour in store. It's so beautiful. If I get a ton of light on it in my room upstairs, it goes a bit terracotta-y. Also Summer Earth, which is the colour that I love, which is very similar to my Pickle, also really beautiful in north-facing rooms. Really beautiful. It's just got a lot, well, you can see, here it is on a big board. Here it is this the small one? Yeah, here's the small little swatch which you'll buy. You can see it's exactly the same, right? And it's got a lot of warmth in it. It's really beautiful. Hello from Zurich. Summer Earth sounds good, as I've never always loved the pickle. It's really similar to pickle, really similar. It's got a lot of depth and warmth, and so in north-facing rooms you want to add as much warmth as you possibly can. Water time. That's what I would say. I also, because it's a workspace upstairs, you know when you have in your head that you want to revamp something but you're not exactly sure how? There's many steps to this. So ages ago I took out the fireplace. It was a plaster fireplace and I've just got the hole. And now I really hate the hole and I want the plaster fireplace back. But I've moved the plaster fireplace up to the bedroom and I don't want to take it out from the bedroom. So now I've had to order a new plaster fireplace. So I think once that goes in, it will help me with the room. Also, we've got a lot of new art coming in. I can't wait to show you the art. Or you would have seen it if you followed me a bit. The art is it's just another level. Would you put a Roman blind in the recess of a window or on the outside? What do you think? Roman blind on recess or outside? Maybe in the recess. Best to ask the experts on that. Best to ask the experts, like someone like Hillary's. Do all your paints have the same colour undertones? Every single paint is inside. Graham says inside. Every single paint has different undertones, obviously because they're all different colours. But they're all inspired by the landscape, so they all have depth. A lot of them, I mean, here's some colours that I haven't actually talked about. A lot of them are soft. So this is a lovely colour. This is called Sandstone Shadow. If you want to go down the paler route, this is also painted in the store on a big wall if you want to see. This is lovely, a lot paler than I would normally do. Or you might want to go, what colour is this? This is Owasco Olive. So this is also a lovely colour and also quite similar to pickle. A little bit more depth. I guess it depends on what you want to do. Didn't you put a fireplace outside for anyone to take? No, I didn't. That's one thing I've never done. I think if I did that, I would be divorced. Because Graham hates me putting stuff outside at the best of times. Hates me putting stuff outside. And then this one is Dewdrop Moss. So no, I never put I didn't, did I put a plaster fireplace outside? He insisted we took it to the shop and then 2 years later, I've then taken it back and put it in our bedroom and I love it. So it's funny. Sandstone Shadow, all online. Just go online and you can get the colour card as well. Do you keep your ceilings white or paint the same colour as the walls? Every single room in the house, ceilings same colour as the walls, apart from the bedroom, which I've clad, and that's like a creamy colour. The wood is dark wood with 4-inch chinking. I'm painting kitchen walls Summer Earth, which is it's so beautiful, isn't it? My cupboards are black. Oh, that's nice, because that's exactly what I've got with my kitchen with the pickle and the black. What colour would you recommend to go in an ingle nook behind the cooker? Oh, I'm wondering if you could do Java. Because that's like a paint, that's quite a lovely soft colour. Have a look at Java, it's really beautiful. Sorry, monkey, if you stand there, I'm going to whack you, aren't I? Because you're always under my feet. If you're planning to have curtains on the side in recess, if you only use Roman blinds as a window dressing, have them outside. I would have them outside. I think that makes the window look really beautifully dressed. What about Moody Sage on the east-facing bedroom? Moody Sage is a lovely colour. We were talking about that in the store the other day, actually, because one of the team revamping their house and they got out Moody Sage, so yes, that would be beautiful. You want the olive but can't get these paints in Ireland yet. Side note, bought the concrete lamps weeks ago, obsessed. You will be able to get them in Ireland. We are working on it as we speak. It's more to do with Graham and Brown and the logistics than us, but we are waiting and working on it. And also I'm constantly being DM'd about paints in America, so I actually need to make sure it's on top of my to-do list for next week. My son has chosen Thunder in Your Old Paint Range's new room. What would be a good alternative? There are lots of inky blue ones. I haven't got them. Oh, actually, I have got them to hand. Go down the thundery route. Broom closet. Super thundery. You could go a bit darker, which is Beekman black, but I would go broom closet because that's a really lovely hue. Monkey's okay. I mean, he's not great, but I don't know You know, it's hard, isn't it, with dogs with dementia? I don't know. You know, some days are better than others. We're always pacing now. Some days he will stop pacing earlier. Some days he'll pace longer. It's not easy. Morning, darling Abigail. Thank you. Happy Sunday. I bought Shabusi's album. It's fab. Oh, Shabusi. I love Shabusi. It's fab. I'm working actually on a digital spring-summer brochure, and I'm going to do another playlist and recipes. So I started really early this morning putting it all together, and it's beginning to look really lovely. But yeah, I love Shabusi. A north-facing kitchen. Oh my goodness, if you can, depends how rad you want to go, but Rocky Desert and or Java, both really incredible colours because they have such warmth, as does Summer Earth, as does the olive. Always really beautiful. I live in an open-plan log home with dark wood walls and 4-inch chinking. I have a pine ceiling. Can you suggest what colour to paint it? To paint the walls or the ceiling? I would go, oh my god, lots of colours that you could go. Right, hold on. This is a beautiful colour. God, this is a beautiful colour. Oaken cask. It's got a little bit of lilac-y purpley. It's quite hard for me to show you, but that's a really beautiful colour. And then, let me just pull out, oh, this is a beautiful colour. Canyon Valley. That is, look how soft Canyon Valley is. Maybe something like Canyon Valley would look really beautiful. Obsessed with Canyon Valley. Thinking about Java and east-facing and west-facing bedrooms, beautiful colour. If you want to go and see it on a big wall, we've painted it in the store. And it's really lovely, right as you go in on the right-hand side. But that is a really beautiful colour. You have olive green on the stairwell. And then, I mean, Java is here. And then Canyon Valley is here. So they're really, really beautiful colours. There's lots of really restful colours. If you want to go light, look, here are my lights. Sandstone Shadow, which I already showed you. Raku Clay is lovely, but that's a bit darker. Look at that. That's nice for a bedroom. Oh my God. Should have thought that for my bedroom. Baked Madagascar. It's a little bit pinkier. Monterey Blush, also really lovely if you want to go light. There's so many different colours. So many different colours that you could potentially do. I think the biggest thing to think of is how you want to feel in that room. So before you work out what colour you want to do in that room, how do you want to feel in that room? And for me, I want to feel like I'm being wrapped in a big cashmere blanket. It's super restorative. And so I need it to feel very earthy and warm, so I tend to choose warm colours. Would you put an art mural on a ceiling? Potentially I wouldn't, but if you want to, do it. I kind of don't want the ceilings to necessarily be the focal. I kind of want them to go away, and the chandeliers and everything else in the room is. But if you want to do it, do it. How many big vignettes would be appropriate in a room? That's a very difficult question to answer because I don't know the size of the room. But generally you wouldn't overdo it because then it can almost go too chaotic. So you might have 1 or 2 and then that's it. A lot of the time, things in our homes just have to quietly, softly do their job as opposed to shouting, look at me, look at me. So I would consider maybe 1 or 2. West facing or north facing colours? Well, west facing, which I have behind me, gets obviously a lot of light in the afternoon, and north facing doesn't. So with north facing, you might just want to ramp up the warmth, and the colours that you choose would probably be on the warmer side of the spectrum. So all of these colours, and the Javas and the Summer Earth and the Rocky Desert. And then in your west facing, you could do all the beautiful greens, like the sages and lovely greens. If you wanted to go blues, you could. This is an old Madison grey, which looks beautiful as a west facing. So you could just go so many different colours, but you've got a little bit more options. Hold on a sec. Olive could also look really beautiful. You've got a little bit, I'm just going to try and grab the greens for you if I can find them. Right, 1 second. Here are some of the greens. Don't think I've got them all to hand. It's actually quite a lot of them. Oh my God, there's tons of them. So, Dakota Mountain. It's quite a beautiful green. Sea Botanic. Also beautiful green. Desert Saltbush. Nice green. Kelp Harbour. It's a lovely green. Seagrass Meadow and Neptune Grass. Lots on the greens. Lots on the greens. So you can go down more a greeny route. I think if you've got a living room and you try and use colours that kind of echo the garden, it's always going to work. I'm seeing more and more people painting the ceiling the same colour as the walls. I've been doing it for hundreds of years. People are so behind the plan. I mean, at least 13 years, every ceiling is the same colour. But yes, it's called colour drenching and it's the trend of the time, but some of us have been rocking it for hundreds of years. Would plain sky blue curtains go with Java? Sky blue and Java. They should, because I'm thinking in Mother Nature they would. But it might be worth getting a swatch to test if they do. But in theory they should. Incredible range. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's taken a while it's taken a year since our factory closed, and we're now working with Graham and Brown to produce these colours. But I think they've got a lot of depth. And for me, and my God, it's so personal because there's no wrong or there's no right. When you add depth to walls, 2016, there you go. Bloody hell. We also, as cutting is no longer a nightmare. I know. I love all the colours. Thank you. It's really nice to know. Thank you. And we've also introduced a lot more colours than we did before. I've missed seeing you on Interior Design Masters. I know. I pulled out, I'm afraid. I pulled out last year because I was supposed to do the final. So that's coming up this year. Sorry, it's a year in advance. Because I was back and forth to Australia and America and it was too much. And then I pulled out filming this year for next year. So I've kind of stopped doing it and made a conscious decision. And it wasn't an easy one because I love the team and Alan and Michelle and all the contestants. But I was just finding myself, I guess, just getting unhappier because I was being pulled in so many different directions. And so then I had to refocus on things that made me the happiest. And so the things that didn't kind of went. So I didn't do it, and I'm not doing it again. But it was a hard decision to make not to do the TV show. I think when there's so much going on, and now I'm really glad, particularly with all the Trump stress of the tariffs, I think I wouldn't be in a very good headspace if I was also having to judge and have a lot of energy and be upbeat when, there's just a lot of stress going on. So it's an amazing show, and I was part of it from day one. 5 years I did, and I just think it was time for me to bow out and let other people do it. My daughter would like lots of green faux botanicals in a room and has a vintage gentleman's wardrobe in dark wood. What colour would you recommend? She likes deep dark colours. All of those greens I showed you would look phenomenally beautiful. All of them. Colours are beautiful. Thank you. Do you think Summer Earth would sit well alongside navy sofas? Beautiful combination, because navy has got real depth and Summer Earth has got real depth. There you go. When you can work for yourself, do it. That's the major advantage of working for yourself, I have to say that. And I don't really talk about this a lot, but I say a lot of no's to things than I do say yeses. There's a lot more no's. I don't want to do that. I don't say it like that, I'm just telling you guys, than I do yeses. And that is one of the advantages of working for yourself. What colour would you suggest in south-facing room with a green sofa? I wonder if you could go... Let me have a look. I wonder if you could go a Raku Clay or a Java. I feel like Raku Clay, Java or Canyon Valley could look quite... Now I've dropped these things everywhere. Could look quite beautiful. Have a look at those. How would you suggest tackling a long room? South-facing lounge, north-facing dining room, all in one long room. I'm stumped with paint ideas. I want the whole long room. Don't have separate colours. Just do the whole thing in one colour. And do it in a warm colour. Do it in a Java. Do it in a Summer Earth. Do it in an olive. Just the whole thing will look really beautiful. It will look really beautiful. And as weird as it sounds, try and get stuff off the perimeter of the walls. I know that sounds really weird, but I think where people go wrong with long rooms... Hold on, I'm just going to pick this paper up. Where people go wrong with long rooms is when you shove things against the perimeter of the walls. Always, it accentuates the fact that that room is long. But when you add, let me just show you as an example. When you add, what's she doing, monkey? When you add like a shelf and put things in front of it and you zone things, or you have a console and you put things in front of it, it just means that dynamically, visually, it reads as a lot more interesting. So I would take one colour, make it a warm colour, and do it in the whole room. Oops, sorry. Do you paint doors the same colour as walls? No, always the same colour. Good morning. Good morning from sunny Bethnal Green. Would you be able to shut the door for me, honey? I'm really cold. What colour did you decide for that gorgeous chair? I didn't because, as I was saying earlier, when I posted about it, everybody wanted me to add arms. So I was in China, went to the factory, we knocked up some ideas with arms. I didn't like the silhouette of it with arms, so I can't produce it with arms. Like, it doesn't go through my radar of being cool. So if everybody wanted it with arms, I'm now thinking I won't put it back in at all, but I'm not sure. What colour did you decide for that gorgeous chair? What colour would you suggest for a north-facing living room? Have a look at any of those earthy colours. Depending how deep you want to go. Rocky Desert, really deep. That's painted a lot in the shop. Java, painted a lot in the shop. Summer Earth or Olive, also really beautiful. All painted in the shop. I've just purchased your Mendino coffee table for the kitchen seating area. Please, can I ask how to tie it into a pickle coloured room? Very easy. I mean, the Mendino is a very small version of the Mendina. So here's the Mendina in mine, and you've got the baby version of it, and here's virtually pickle. So you don't need to worry about tying it in. Look, just looks beautiful. Just looks really beautiful. Just put some deserty colours on it. So because it's small, you won't have to worry about putting too much on it. Some of this beautiful eucalyptus would be really lovely, and that will really help out with pickle, or any of this kind of bowl or earthy tableware would look really beautiful. Just pick the colours from the pickle and add one or two things to your baby little table, and it will look really lovely. Really lovely. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Is the floor painted in one of your colours? No, the floor is concrete and it's underfloor heated, so it has not been painted. How's your trip to India? Good. I mean, exhausting, hot, good. And it was, I mean, India was only 2 days. China was the mega one, which was 8 or 9 days, which felt like forever, actually. But good, really good. My daughter has a rental property that's all white with little paper pendant. Should she buy black paper shades in extra large or stick with white? Oh, I would definitely do an opposing colour so they really stand out. I've just purchased your Mendino coffee table. This would work in kitchen seating. I have black and pickle walls, but wanted to ask how to tie the cream colour into the room. Oh, perfect. Just add more cream then. That's all you need to do. If you want to tie it into the room, you just add a lot of creamy accents, and then it will totally tie in. So in my spaces, I tend to only use 3 to 4 colours, and I just repeat them back. So in a pickle room, I might add black or creamy calico-y colours, and that's what you use. I've just done a video about that on gardening. Same kind of principles apply. What colour would you paint the ceiling for a small living room in an Edwardian terrace house to look bigger if I painted the walls dark? Always the same colour. That's the only way it will look bigger, because when you do that, you're not seeing where the walls stop and the ceiling starts, so you're almost creating infinity. So the walls just go into the ceiling and it automatically looks bigger, and because it's dark, it kind of blurs out, so you can't quite see where it ends. So always, always, always the same colour. Always. How did you start out and gain customers? 22 years in the business, and it's a slog. It's a slog, I have to say. And in the beginning, I didn't really, because I think I didn't even have anything online, and there was no Instagram. And I think the biggest thing in order to have people find you is to bring something different to the table and be super passionate about it. And hard work and passion really gets you there. And it's not a fast race, it's a slow race. And I think in this day and age, everybody wants to be instantly recognized and instantly well known, and it just doesn't happen like that. And for me, that was never the point, because I'm literally obsessed with interiors, so it's always been my driving force. Like, I say no to so much TV because it's not my passion. This is my passion. So I think if you follow your passion, you will get noticed. Would Java work in a south-facing bedroom? Should I include the sash windows? Oh, that would be really beautiful. And yes, it would. I have an old farmhouse with no doors downstairs. How best to zone each area so each room looks integrated? I don't have any doors in my house. So as you wander from room to room, they all sort of merge. The biggest thing I could tell you, and I'll just give you an example, is it's a lot better if you don't do this. This is what not to do. Hold on. I need to find an extreme example to show you what not to do. So this is what not to do. To go from one room in a colour like this, Smoky River, to another room with a colour like this, because you see how contrasty it is and it doesn't flow. Instead, a room in a colour like this to a room in a colour like this. Now they flow. So it's taking a depth of colour, a saturation point if you like, and then constantly in this house, every room is a different colour, but it's all the same depth. So as you transition from room to room, each room feels different, as it should, but it flows. So rather than this or this, it's this to this, and that just makes it really easy. That's how you zone it. How exactly you call the style of yours? Nomadic, eclectic? I mean, it's a mishmash. I would say a mishmash. It's a melting pot. I'm pulling from lots of different references. I'm pulling from things that I love. I'm designing from things that I love. I'm not following trends. I don't care about trends. I don't care about this is in, that's in. I don't care colour drenching is in and not in. All I do is from the heart. And so, yes, it's eclectic. It's relaxed. You could say it's nomadic. But generally, it's really honing in on products that make me want to linger longer in a room. So you don't have bedroom doors. I am the primary bedroom. I mean, if it was for me, I'd take it off. But we do in the primary bedroom. It's just always shoved open. In any of the bedrooms upstairs, no, can't stand doors. There's not doors in any rooms of this house apart from the loo and the primary bedroom. There isn't a colour close to smudge, sorry. Are there any high street interior shops that you rate? I think there's lots of them. I mean, I think we're quite lucky with high street interior shops, whether that's H&M or Zara. I never look at them just because that's one thing I don't need to do in my life because I have all the products. French Connection, all of those. All of those. My kitchen is Hague blue. Would you paint the walk-in larder the same? I would go, I mean, Hague blue is a beautiful colour. That's a Farrenball colour. I would go something like that olive colour, a Swargo olive or Summer Earth. I think that would look so beautiful, summer with Hague blue. Beautiful. I took a wall down between living and dining room, now have a shared area. What can I do for chandeliers? As like different ones in each room. I've got different chandeliers in each room on my upstairs. I think the biggest thing is if you can work out a material, e.g., you know, a glass, so they could both be glass, or you could work out a colour palette. So let me just show you here. It was the easiest thing for me to do. These boards are going to really trip me over. Do you mind just, let me just get these boards out of the way. Right, so here is the Lazaro chandelier, which is glass, and I haven't emulated the glass in the kitchen. I've gone for the Toady, which is back into production, but it's the same beautiful ambery colour. So you're either repeating a material or you're repeating a colour, and that's how you make it really consistent and look really beautiful and not a mishmash. So it's quite simple when you drill into it. Right, answer that. What would you recommend in terms of seating arrangements on kitchen islands? As simple as you possibly can. So I would just go bar stools. I can't remember where we got this bar stool from. This is my bar stool. It's a bit Soho Housey. Loaf, I think I got that from. Soho House also do beautiful ones. They're quite expensive. Simple. Simple.
Yeah, loaf.
Loaf. That's where we got our bar stool from, which I think looks quite beautiful. I feel like I'm in a sea of product here. Like there's just portable lights. Oh wow, the wind is going up now. I have to turn the heating on. What's going on with the day? Oh, honey, it's 11:45 and the oven isn't on. Graham is on strict instructions. Today, if you don't mind, 11:30, please put the oven on. He did a lot of planting yesterday, so I'm not going to mind. How do I make my white classic kitchen with a white grey stone top look warm, light and inviting, south-facing big windows? Can you paint the walls a warmer colour? Because the thing with white and grey is they're very cool colours, so you need to introduce colours that are warm. So if you don't want to paint the walls a warm colour, add accessories that have warmth, like voila, or deserty warm colours, or voila, or... Have you put them straight in there?
Yes.
With olive oil and salt and pepper? No, we've just literally bunged them straight in the oven with nothing on them. Didn't realise we had to go to the level of what you do with them, but that's okay, honey. Or voila! It's such a pain being the only chef in this house because literally every single thing has to be said. Can you please put the tomatoes in the oven with seasoning, with olive oil? Not just bung them in the oven. I think we did that with the cauliflower once, didn't we? We just put whole cauliflower. Okay. I love all your rug placements. Can you explain the process? I want to get all the new rugs in my open log house. Yes, I think the thing is that they need to have some kind of connection. So I go from reds to pinks to neutrals. So as you sort of transition around the room, they feel like they're connected and they're all warm colours. And that's what really makes them work. And some are small and some are big. And I just mix them all up. If matching a floor colour, should we follow the same concept of keeping the same depth of colour? Yes, if you want to match the floor colour. Can you do the paints in 5 litres? I don't think they are available in 5 litres, are they? That's a commercial decision made by the factory, not me. So I have no control over that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's just 2.5.
Yeah, they're just in 2.5s. I think it's more economical for the factory. I need an advice on what to do on a roof terrace. Lots of pots, if you can, as long as it can take the weight. I'm with you and Graham on the cooking skill set. My husband couldn't even turn the oven on. It's fine. It's just sometimes when you're the primary and only chef in the house, 7 days a week, all meals, sometimes. My sympathies, I have exactly the same with my husband. I have to tell him 50 times. Coveting your gorgeous terracotta garden sofa. Is it one of yours? No, it's for trade only. It's by a company called K-Line. It's about $8,000. It's really super expensive, and it was a treat to ourselves. And I saw it in Paris, and I don't know which shops sell it around the world because they don't sell to public. But it was a little treat because our sofa, our outdoor little bench, collapsed, and it's kind of one of the best things I've done. Which Donna Hay book would you recommend to an only veggie in the house who wants to eat more? Oh gosh, she's written so many. I would just Google that. I can't remember. I've got a few of her books. Weekend, which I think she does eat meat and easy meals, but I would, any Donna Hay cookbook is amazing. Want to colour drench my hall stairs, landing olive. What should I do on the banister and woodwork if the room's up and down at a deep blue sage and seaweeds? So you want to colour drench your hall, stairs and landing, but what should you do on the banister and woodwork if the room's up and down? I would do it all the same colour, personally. That's what I would do. Luckily we share the cooking. I'm so jealous!
You share the cooking.
Share the cooking, Graham.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it zipped.
Yeah.
Share the cooking, interesting notion. I've got a tiny yard. What do you think of pea gravel with grasses or any other material? Lovely. And grasses, oh my gosh. If you want a really good grasses resource garden centre, Knoll Gardens, Knoll, for anyone in this country, are the masters of ornamental grasses and are really worth looking at. They're based in Dorset, but absolutely beautiful. Your rooms are small, will darker colours work? Darker colours, and I know not many people believe me until they do it, will actually make your rooms look bigger. The trouble with small rooms and light colours is they show all the edges, so they accentuate the fact that the room is small. We want to accentuate the fact that the room is bigger than it really looks. We want to kind of deceive the eye. So can you see in the corner here with that colour that's painted in that dark colour, you can't quite see where the walls end, and when you do the ceiling the same colour, 100% it will make your walls and rooms feel bigger than they really are. Trust me. Trust me. Would Summer Earth go with light grey kitchen? Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Because let me just show you. I was going to say that's a grey. It's kind of it's not really a grey, but yes, trust me, because with a grey kitchen, which is quite a cold colour, you want to add a lot of warmth. And then when you go down to adding little vase of Uke in this colour, can you imagine what will happen? Or the olive colour. Design ovens, please. Yes, I should. What address is your shop on Essex Road? 12 to 14 Essex Road. N18LN, which is right opposite Islington Green, and there's a couple of Waterstones and really cool places to eat right next to Waterstones, and right near Angel Tube, and on Sunday you can drive and it's free parking, and I think it's free parking on a Saturday after 2, right? 1:30. Ideas of decorating round black coffee table. I think you want something large, so you need ideally in a round vase, because you want to play on the circles, a round vase with some botanicals in, always really beautiful. And then a couple of stacks of interior books with maybe a candle, and you're nailed. Just joined, but what paint colour would you recommend for a mid-century modern home? Listen, I'm going to sound a bit contentious here, but I don't really care about the age of the property in order to work out a paint colour. I just can't decorate like that. This house is 1860. I'm not going for Victorian colours because the house is Victorian. So I don't want to sound rude, and I'm sorry if it sounds rude, but if your house is mid-century, I wouldn't go, oh, what are the best mid-century colours to use in this scheme? I would just go for colours that you want to paint rooms in that you never ever want to leave. So forget putting a box over it, forget the architecture, forget if you live in a grand space or a small space, but forget if you live in the North Pole or Sydney, forget any of that and just choose colours that resonate with the heart that you never want to leave. So for me, always earthy, warm colours. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Love the new Laflin lamp. Is there such a thing as too many Laflins in the house? Never. I've got 3. So I've beaten you. How to style a huge leather round ottoman. You could put a tray on it, which huge, if it's a huge, you could put a big round tray like this, or you could do a big square tray and put a candle on it or a trailing plant. Graham has many other skills. Absolutely.
I'm doing the cooking now.
Absolutely. I love your vibe. Do you invest in antiques? What do you think of it? I do. I haven't for years, but I think I have enough antiques in my house now, from great big vintage antique pots to antique dressers to antique consoles. Love it. They add a really unique perspective. I have a garden breakfast room, drenched paint in shaded white. I fancy a change. What colour would you go, please? You know, it's really hard to tell people what colours to go, because all I can say is, if you can come out of your comfort zone a smidge, believe it or not, I used to have a white house. It just didn't make me feel particularly happy. And the minute that I went out of my comfort zone and I started using colours with a little bit more depth and a little bit more warmth, it made such a difference. So, you know, whether you go for this kind of colour, which is really beautiful, which is raku clay, or this colour, which is also really beautiful, which is Canyon Valley, or you go back down the Java route, or you go flax and yarn, really beautiful colours that have a little bit of depth can always really work. Or because it's a garden breakfast room, you could go a really beautiful green. This is a lovely colour, Dakota Mountain. All of these greens are beautiful. Desert Saltbush, Kelp Harbour, all of them are really beautiful. I have my windows done in London clay, but like to paint walls in Java. Would this go? I'm feeling not. No, I wouldn't do that. I would paint your walls the same colour as your windows. I just don't think it would go. I feel it wouldn't. I can't really show you. London clay is a bit of this colour, although not quite, and you see how it doesn't really go? So I personally wouldn't. Yellow couch behind you looks so comfy. Is it your design? Do you sell it? It's kind of like an olivey colour. It's by George Smith, and I've had it for 22 years, and it's covered in cashmere and a velvet mix, and I've never reupholstered it, and I love it, and it's so comfy. Where do I find that tray? It's on site. What's this tray called, please, honey? It's just gone online. Has it got a label on it? No. And there's a huge one of these in white, which Jem, my sister, took home after we were shooting it on Thursday. The white one is also really beautiful, and it's got another pattern on it. But this will be in New Inn, and it's called... No, it's not that one. It's the biggest one. There's lots of smaller ones in this colour palette as well. Is it that one? That's it.
S-A-L-U-D-A, Sauda Oval.
Sauda Oval, S-A-L-U... Spell it, honey?
S-A-L-U-D-A.
S-A-L-U-D-A. Beautiful. Also in white. Is that orange round tray on the website? It is, and it comes in smaller colours as well, and it's all for outdoor, so it can be indoor, outdoor, and they come in smaller colours, smaller sizes, and a really beautiful white colour. What is the name of the person that made you change the white interior? Me. I went to someone's home. Nell Gifford. who used to run, what's the name of that circus? Oh, I can't remember. It's a really incredible circus that she set up.
What's the name?
Nell Gifford. She died of breast cancer years and years ago. And I went to her house in the Cotswolds. And I walked through the door. It was a real cold winter's day and there was frost everywhere. And I walked through the door. Gifford Circus. She ran Gifford Circus and unfortunately died of cancer. I walked through her door and I've never felt a home that felt more loved and beautiful, and not in a chuck money in it kind of way, in a really soulful way. And from the layering of her rugs on the floor to the lighting, and I just felt at such ease, and I didn't want to leave. Like, I just didn't want to leave. And I came home and I sat on that sofa, which wasn't that sofa, because that sofa was upstairs at that time. We've got 2 living rooms. I was on a grey B&B Italian sofa. And I'm like, I really hate this space. I hate how I feel in it. I've never, ever felt how powerful a home can make you feel. And literally I couldn't stop thinking about it. All on the train, all coming back here. And she made me change really my whole interior. Literally. I really love your style. You've inspired me to switch things up. Thank you. I painted our pool house in Hemp and Hudson. Oh, looks amazing. Amazing. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Big platter is divine. Thank you for everything you're doing. Oh, you're so kind, you guys. Should the shades on lamps be the same colour in a room? No. You kind of want a bit of variety, because you don't need them to be jarring, but you need them to kind of flow. But all the same colour would just look too matchy-matchy. I wish that big Arizona orange bowl would come back. I think that is in the plan to come back. Gifford Circus, yes, it exactly is. I know, it's so amazing, Gifford Circus, it's incredible. Emma Bridgewater's sister, exactly. I visited your shop in Islington in March. A feeling of calm inspired me, is still with me. Oh, thank you. You're all right to let words out. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? And then I became so obsessed with creating rooms. And you never, ones that we sell in the store are only for the store, because we can't keep up with demand. But there are some instances online, but if you come to my design school, the incense I burn in my house and it's in the store isn't online. And that feeling of never ever wanting to leave and just feeling like a space is a sanctuary, I think emulated into the garden and had this just such an effect. So now there was nothing really fancy-smancy about her house. It was just this feeling of big flagstones in the country, Cotswolds I think it was, and there were just warmy, earthy colours, and it just felt, I don't know, just really, when we first bought this house I was quite young and I had, my career, and I wasn't really thinking, and I was out all the time and dining and wining and all of this kind of stuff, and I wasn't really thinking about how the bones of the house should make you feel. And I feel like now, well, for a while anyway here, like I don't want to leave this space. If you want to ask me to come to supper, I've really got to figure it out if I want to. I know that sounds mean, because I just want to be here. Like I don't want to leave this space. And when I'm away, I think about this space. I'm constantly pulled here because I've just decorated it in pieces that really respond to me on an emotional level. So, creating a room or a house that you never want to leave has got nothing to do with money. It's got nothing to do with money, and it's got everything to do with surrounding yourself with pieces that mean something to you. And that sofa I haven't chucked out, it's 22 years old. There's a lamp in the background I've had for like 15 years. Like I'm not getting rid of things just because this season this is in and this season that is in. I'm constantly tweaking things or moving them from room to room, but I'm not per se literally changing things around. I mean, obviously there'll come a time when, like upstairs I've got a few bits because I'm revamping it that I'll get rid of because I've had them for like 15 years. But creating homes that you love have got nothing to do with spending millions of dollars. And I used to be an interior designer in America, and we used to have millions of dollars to do houses up, and all of those lacked real soul. So for me, it's about creating a soulful garden and a soulful interior and eating soulful food that just nourishes me from within. not just the food, but the rooms. So every single room in the house, apart from the room in my office, opposite my office, which is the last neglected room in the house, pulls at my heartstrings. And that's what it should be about. So I would encourage everyone to ditch trends. And don't worry if colour drenching is in, or this colour's in, or that colour's in, or this is... I don't care. And don't worry either if it goes out of trend. I don't care. Like, it's irrelevant. And so I feel that when you surround yourself with pieces that really resonate, and for me that's pieces with warmth and character and a narrative, and almost tell the story of someone who's actually blown this and made it, will make all the difference in the world. What a lovely note to end. Oh, thank you. Do you ship to South Africa? All over the world. Gosh, it's 12 o'clock. We've been talking for an hour, you guys. You're so right, making your home feel soulful. Same here. I love your home. Thank you. I'm off to have a roasted tomato lunch, a little later than planned because we've got to wait for it to cook, with some toasted seed bread. Vinyl rugs, yes, coming in. Hopefully by the next live that will be sorted. Thank you for your time and great decorating advice. Thank you guys for listening. First Sunday of June is when I'm back. If I can, I have some time, I'll try and make one more in between. So agree, you move items around all the time, creates a whole new look. So does. Happy decorating, love the lives, miss you, speak to you soon. Happy Sunday.